Faith leaders and clergy members getting tested for COVID-19. Leaders are encouraging city residents to get tested at all sites offering free asymptomatic testing. Mayor Elicker has said anyone in the city who wants a test is able to get one without any barriers.
If you care for the elderly, if you care for your family members, if you care for your children, if you care for your community, if you care for your world, you will do the selfless act of coming and getting tested.
Murphy Medical Associates, in partnership with the city of New Haven, now has 3 test sites for asymptomatic patients. The walk-up at the corner of Chapel and Day Street, you see it here on your screen, is open Monday through Wednesday, 9 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon, and then Thursday and Friday from noon until 4 in the afternoon. Now, the Lincoln Bassett School and Hill Central School locations, those will be open weekdays from 9 in the morning until noon.
Been a lot of things throughout the years, from a meeting place for soldiers to a concert venue, now a pop-up coronavirus testing site.
I didn't ever expect this to be the scene outside my window of people in suits and a line of people getting tested.
It's part of the Elm City's effort to raise awareness for COVID-19 testing, especially for people who don't have symptoms.
We can't think of a better place than New Haven Green for that.
There are pop-up testing sites at Hill Central and Lincoln Bassett schools, the latest here on the Green. Appointments are recommended, and if you don't have insurance, you can still get tested.
We saw a couple of hot spots in the city, and we continue to see those. So we're moving our testing pop-up centers to where these hot spots are to help protect the community.
It's very important to bring the testing to the people rather than just to have a testing site where the people go to that site.
Wednesday is a trial day, but Elicker says this pop-up site will likely be back, especially as more sectors of the state's economy reopen.
We need to be aware of the next wave.
In New Haven, Samaya Hernandez, News 8.
Evening. It is 9 o'clock at night on the 20th of May. This is Dr. Murphy with Murphy Medical Associates and coronatestct.com. Signing on after a long day. We opened an additional 2 sites. That's 2 additional sites in New Haven. We're ready to rumble in Bridgeport. I'm going to set up a site there. And we're working hard, hey Linda, and we're working hard in Westchester County as we expand to Pelham, Millwood, and Brewster for one of the most famous companies in Westchester County. That's right, at DeChico's. So we're going to be testing their employees and expanding services as we grow. I want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. I really appreciate it. Today was a crazy day. Crazy day. Why? Because now not only do parents have to work from home, right, and I have to grow our business, but I had to do teaching today of my 6-year-old. I want to tell you a little bit of something. Don't take teachers for granted. The work that they have to do is immense. And so I had to do their work and my work and the parenting work today. And every Wednesday that I have to be home and help my kids learn, it's tough, right? My middle one, she wants to rip it up. The younger ones are the problems, it's usually the younger ones. And the oldest was shouting at the youngest of the girls, and it was rough. It was a rough day. So I'm getting ready to head to bed. After we did a stroke of business today, we worked with a couple of corporations. We worked with a couple of departments of public health. We managed to create our own point prevalence survey template that we're going to use for all of our other nursing homes. And I just answered a call from one of our nursing homes up in Vestal, New York. Governor Cuomo's mandate is going to protect seniors, that's for sure. We hired more lab people today. Well, actually yesterday. Hired more lab people. Today we debuted a new site at Lincoln Bassett School. The mayor was there, Mayor Elicker. I want to thank him very much for helping us get awareness out at the Lincoln Bassett School. Tonight, I want to talk a little bit about the controversy with hydroxychloroquine. You know, we used this medication, Plaquenil, early on when the South Koreans said there was some data on that plus zinc. And so we worked on those things, and we used that medication for people who were hypoxemic, just like they did in the hospital. And even though the big data doesn't say that it helped, and frankly, I think it's because it was too late, the patients that received this, that were hypoxemic in our telemedicine visits, they did better. They did better. None of them went to the hospital. Was it because of the telemedicine visits, or was it because of the hydroxychloroquine we gave them? I won't know. Well, we didn't use a randomized double-blind controlled study. We just used the medication. And so it's anecdotal evidence. And the problem with that is it doesn't have rigorous science behind it. And because of that, I'll never be able to tell the answer. I won't be able to tell you. But I will tell you that it helped our patients. Or maybe we helped our patients. But either way, we kept them hospital-free and healthy. Or we kept them hospital-free and healthy. And that was the key. So, where are we going from here? Professional sports will come back, maybe? Right? I got an in with a couple of big people in my favorite sports team. And they're hopeful. They're hopeful that we're going to get this back. I'm here to help them, right? Any professional sports team, right? I got my Nashville hat on, right? Any professional sports team that wants testing of their players, wants to do some advanced scouting and testing. I know, the mayor is my next step. Linda, the mayor is my next step. Anyone who wants testing for their sports teams, we can help at Murphy Medical Associates and our lab at Diagnostic and Medical Specialists. We can help. So we're here. We're hanging out. The data looks pretty good. However, I do have some concerns regarding the data coming out of China. They're opening up, and there's a different region that's having some serious issues with the virus, leading them to think there's mutations going on that are leading to a more dangerous virus that takes longer to show up and causes more damage and takes longer to go away. All that I know is that we're here to test, treat, isolate, and trace. That's it. We will be the watchers on the wall, right? We expand our locations, we work with our departments of public health, and we're here to help. Okay, we're here to help. So in this episode of What Would Murphy Do, I want to talk a little bit tonight about the following, right? I'm going to talk about the following. It is vitamin C, zinc, elderberry, and vitamin D. What would Dr. Murphy do if there is some limited evidence about these helping your immune system? Here's what Dr. Murphy takes. Vitamin D, 5,000 international units. Vitamin D, 5,000 international units daily. I actually take 10,000 international units every other day. Just 5,000 units a day. Next, vitamin C. Do I take a mega vitamin C? No, I do not. However, Dr. Murphy at times has been known to take an IV of vitamin C. That's right. I've taken IV vitamin C with hydration. I have done that. Do I think it's going to hurt you? No. And in some people, it helps. Okay? In some people, it helps. In addition to that, Dr. Murphy does exercise. I lift weights. D3, Linda, 5,000 international units daily. Dr. Murphy lifts weights and goes on the elliptical. And to prove that I don't just do it myself, I have my kids do it too. Say hi, Avery. Hi. Hi. Right? How are you doing? Chrissy's on. Say hi to Chris. So, there you go. Kid's going to do gymnastics while I do a little bit of lifting of weights. All right? That's what we do. Chris, it's good to see you. We need you back. Okay, we need you back. We're drawing more bloods in more locations. We're going up to Millwood now. We're going to be all over Westchester County drawing bloods. taking care of employees, getting them back to work, taking care of essential workers. Okay, taking care of essential workers. So, Chris, we need you back. Yeah, I know. So if you had weight loss surgery, and you probably had it with Dr. Flock, right? So if you had weight loss surgery, you should be on B12. You should be on B6. You should consider vitamin D as well as C. You need to make sure your iron levels are good. Okay? Chris. Be back soon, man. We need you. All right. Be back soon. Okay. So here's what I want next. I want you to know the following. We're here for you, right? Take the vitamin D, consider the other vitamins. I can't tell you that they'll help you, but I can tell you they won't hurt you, all right? Vitamin D does have some evidence, okay? So we're here, we're gonna do a little bit of nighttime exercise. We're gonna get ready and go to bed, okay? We're gonna get ready and go to bed, get some rest, and stay hydrated. That's what Murphy would do, all right? And that's what I want you to do. This is Dr. Murphy with Murphy Medical Associates saying thanks for tuning in. Get a good night, get some vitamin D, get some sun, exercise, get some sleep, and stay hydrated. All right. Love you guys. Have a good night.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? I am here at DeChico's in Millwood. We're at DeChico's in Millwood hosting a corporate testing event for DeChico's in Millwood, right? DeChico's in Millwood. We're going to be doing corporate testing. Hi, Linda. How are you? Still didn't hear back from Hartford yet. No surprise. They've got a lot of CVS stuff, and Hartford Healthcare is doing right by them. So I don't know exactly what's going on, but I do know that they've got a lot of people and a lot of testing available. So today we're hosting a corporate testing event for DeChico's here in Millwood, which, if you guys don't know where Millwood is, the Millwood Plaza, it's in Millwood, New York, which is near Mount Kisco. And so we're doing these testing events for essential employees of restaurants or of grocery stores for consumer confidence. We're working with a consultancy called R&R Consulting. And we are, where is this guy's going to get up here? And we're going to be doing testing for the grocery store employees. Why? The grocery store employees are the people who slice your deli meat. They're the people who prepare the food. They're the people who prepare the seafood. They are constantly exposed to the public. Talk to you guys soon.
Good evening. Allergy cough. Good evening, everyone. How are you doing? As we get ready for Memorial Day, I want to go through. I want to talk a little bit about Memorial Day. You know, Memorial Day is a day. Traditionally, it's the May 30th, or now we celebrate it the last Monday of May. The last Monday of May. So Memorial Day is a day that we give honor to those who died in active service in the military. Most people kind of confuse Veterans Day with Memorial Day. Veterans Day is for veterans, right? Like my father, Lyndon Murphy, who retired colonel in the Army, who's a veteran. My brother, who is in communications down in Killeen in the Army. And me, a washed out midshipman turned doctor. Sorry about that. Bugs out here. Who is not a veteran, right? So we give honor to veterans on Veterans Day. We pay memoriam on Memorial Day for those who died in active service. You know, and I know a lot of veterans that are upset that we've been calling this coronavirus a war with an invisible enemy. And yes, it's very true, right? There were no shots fired, no bullets, no shrapnel. But I can tell you right now, the PTSD that our healthcare workers are experiencing is real. It's just as real as war. It is the same thought that they could die at any given moment if they don't have the right PPE. It's just like when we were mailing Kevlar flak jackets to our troops, when we were mailing armor to our troops. The lack of PPE in the nursing homes, the lack of PPE in hospitals and in medical practices is a travesty. And those of us in healthcare who have died, I believe we should also give memorial to them. Maybe today, and I mean, maybe not Memorial Day should be the day for them, but I think we should have a Memorial Day for the nurses, for the doctors, for the respiratory therapists, for the surgeons, for those in healthcare, for the nurses' aides, for those that worked in nursing homes. We should have a Memorial Day for them. They died due to this pandemic, and we should have some sort of memorial for them all. Many of them never got funerals. Many of them never got a proper burial. It is very similar, though not the same, as the veterans who died, or the military, active military who died in service to this country. But the healthcare workers, they gave service just the same as well. So I want to talk about that. I think that's an important point that I think we should get out there. We should give memorial to them, though maybe Memorial Day is not the day for them. So when you get out there and you grill and you're socially distanced and you're outside, which is the safer space to be, I want you to say a little something for the healthcare workers who've died due to this COVID pandemic, just as you say a little something for the active military who died in service of our country. I'm a little subdued today, and that's because we had another very, very, very busy day at Murphy Medical Associates. We are in New Haven. The mayor was there with the lieutenant governor at Cornell Scott Hill testing facility. We want to thank Cornell Scott Hill for taking care of the community up there. It is a fantastic community. Hi, Linda. How are you doing? Right? How are things going? So that was New Haven. We were also in Stamford today, in the city of Stamford, taking care of the city that works. And we were behind the school there. We had a lot of patients. And we have a lot of demand for antibody testing there, like we do in New Haven, like we do in Greenwich, and like we did today. We are going to test, treat, isolate, and trace. This war is far from over, and we'll continue to take care of people. We also took care of the DeChico's employees. Now, DeChico's is a family grocery store chain, so we tested all of their employees. We're going to continue to test their employees to keep DeChico's safe. I want to talk a little bit today about what would Murphy do. All right, here's what Murphy would do. Wear sunscreen. Now you can see I'm burnt today because I was out in a parking lot. And I was not in a hood today. I was doing management today, kind of working traffic flow, and I got burnt pretty bad. And I would wear sunscreen, but I forgot today, and I did not recognize how burnt it was. So one of the things I'm going to do is a little aloe. I'm going to drink twice as much water, and I may have a baby aspirin. It's an anti-inflammatory to kind of help my skin heal. I think that's what Murphy would do today. Extra hydration. The sun is coming out. You guys should wear sunscreen. It's important to protect from aging and wrinkles. It's also important to protect from melanoma and skin cancers. So it's very important that you wear your sunscreen. Now, because you wear sunscreen, you're not going to get enough vitamin D. So you should get your vitamin D checked, right? As medical practices begin to open up all over the nation, I'm going to beg all of them to make sure that they check their patients' vitamin D levels. We know with this virus and with a lot of things, vitamin D can help outcomes with bone health. The data is getting stronger as it's a hormonal signaler. So it's important that we make sure we watch our vitamin D levels. I'm going to take care of that, right? We take care of that in our practice as well. I think I got some lug nut kids trying to pull me in right now. So I'm going to take care of them. I hope that you have some time with family that you've quarantined with. Okay, I hope you had some time with family that you can interact with. Try and Zoom your parents if you can, if they haven't passed, and do something in memorial for them as well. And thank our veterans, right? Not just on Veterans Day, but also Memorial Day. And remember those who passed, who gave their lives to protect our nation. That's what Memorial Day is for. And I'm going to nudge the president and Congress. See if you can think about a type of Memorial Day for healthcare workers, for the healthcare workers who passed caring for illness, pandemic. Okay? There are a lot of them that passed. Think of all of those healthcare workers that died from Spanish flu. Right? Think about the workers who died taking care of Ebola or SARS. And in our country, we need to think about those who've passed from this COVID pandemic, from this novel coronavirus pandemic. Let's think of a way to get a Memorial Day for them as well. But this Memorial Day, like all others, is for our active service members who have passed. We need to thank our service members every day. We thank you for serving and protecting our country. And for those who gave the ultimate sacrifice, Monday is your day. Okay? We should think of you every day. All right, this is Dr. Murphy, Murphy Medical Associates, and coronatestct.com, letting you know we'll be working Saturday in Bedford Hills, but we're going to take the rest of the weekend off. We start up again on Tuesday. I hope you all have a great weekend. Wear some sunscreen. Okay, wear some sunscreen. All right, it's Dr. Murphy, Murphy Medical Associates signing off. Love you guys. Have a great night.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. It's Memorial Day, and I just couldn't keep away. So I had to post on this Memorial Day. Remember, Memorial Day is the last Monday in the month of May. Hey, Linda. Where we give honor and pay our respects to those who lost their lives in military service for our country. So I want to give thanks and add memoriam to those who lost their lives. Super important. You know, one of the things that we like to do, and I think as a country, is have gatherings on Memorial Day, picnics. These are outdoor events. Different states have mandated how many people can be at different events, 25 people, 10 people, 6 people. And I did not go to any of these events. Instead, I spent Memorial Day thinking about the next week that we have up in our battle against the novel coronavirus. For those who don't know, this is Dr. Murphy with Murphy Medical Associates and our coronavirus service called coronatestct.com. coronatestct.com. I saw a couple of people on here who may have not logged in before, right? So I'm a private practice physician in Greenwich, Stamford, and Stratford, Connecticut. Born in Connecticut, raised in Pennsylvania. Went to medical school at New York Med. I'm a professor there. I teach medical students. And so we corralled a whole bunch of our medical students, and they're helping us out test, treat, isolate, and trace patients in Fairfield, Westchester, and New Haven counties. And we just received a message from the 5 boroughs. And so we're working to help there as well. We'll see where it goes. We've got a message from the Bronx, and we also left a message with Brooklyn. We also have left messages with Hartford County too. And so we're working hard to help everyone that we can. We just help everyone that we can. This Memorial Day, and we prepare for battle this week. Hi from the UK. Hello, Marie. How are you doing? You guys have suffered quite a handful over there in the UK, and I know you're all working as hard as you can. And just stay safe. Stay safe over there. We are working really hard this week as we kind of wrap up the month of May, where we are working on deploying some corporate relationships. This week we will be at Sikorsky, which is a Lockheed Martin company. We'll be testing at 6900 Main Street. 12 weeks of isolation is very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. And it's tricky, right? I mean, we talk about this Memorial Day and people having get-togethers, you know, and in a couple of countries in the Pacific, they've talked about expanding their bubble, right? Creating groups of friends or family that are all in isolation and stay in this sort of isolation. Well, it's not really isolation because technically isolation means you're infected. Well, thank God you're safe and alive. But really it's more like a self-imposed quarantine, right? You're kind of keeping yourself at home and staying safe. So this Memorial Day, I went and worked through the schedule. You know, tomorrow we're going to be testing the faith leaders in the city of New Haven. So they'll come to our site at Chapel and Day. We're going to be testing the faith leaders in New Haven. Our hope is we can do something similar to what Governor Cuomo did in New York City, which is partner with faith communities. And part of our reach out to the city of New York, right, and the boroughs is the fact that there are some people who don't participate in faith communities. So where are they to turn? Especially if they don't have cars. Right? One of our successes in New Haven has been our walk-through testing centers. And so we're interested in working with the city of New York to help them with their walk-through testing centers as well. We recognize not everything can be done as safely as the drive-thrus. And so we have to think about outside testing, outside treating. We've created these care pods where we can draw blood, do ultrasounds and echoes, and do exams. Oh yeah, BJ. Yeah. I don't know what BJ's going to do. I mean, he had coronavirus, right? So pubs are I know I lived in Earl's Court as a kid, and I've been to a couple of pubs, and the ventilation in there is horrible. The quarters are tight. They're packed. They're very loud. People are talking. We know that rooting for your football team could get you in big trouble here if you're in a pub. Loud shouting or singing or boisterousness, really, if you're not in a mask, it's going to spread the virus, especially in a poorly ventilated pub. So there has to be socialization, and we have to find a safe way to open up our society, right? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not here to get political, Marie. I am not here to get political. You know, each one has their own motivation. And so that's why I try and be cautious with the reports of who has had it or who has not had it. All that I know is that a lot of people have had it and a lot of people have died, unfortunately. So I'm going to wrap up tonight because I'm getting ready for my call with our team. We continue to add members to the team. And so I go through. Now it is week 13 has closed. Week 13 has closed. It's time to get back to work tomorrow. Okay, this is Dr. Murphy with Murphy Medical Associates. I want to tell all of you across the pond to be safe in the UK. Be safe. Wash your hands, wear your masks, maintain social distances. It's going to be a long haul. The second wave is coming. It's already happening in Iran right now. It's already happening in Iran right now. Okay, just as they finished up Ramadan.
Globally, the coronavirus is spreading faster than ever. Last week, Johns Hopkins University recorded the highest infection rates so far. In Iran, where COVID-19 infections were waning after the lockdown, they're again increasing in at least 10 out of 31 provinces. Control measures on public life were eased last month, something health ministry officials warned might make people complacent. Infection fears seem to have become less of a concern for some, and intercity travel during holidays and weekends is on the rise again. Iran's president says that people should learn to adapt and live with the virus, not bend or ignore social distancing rules.
They open things up a little bit, you're going to get infections. We have to be able to track the people, identify those people that are going to get sickest quickest, identify the people who are going to get sickest quickest, and offer at-home services for all of those to keep them out of the hospital, healthy and hospital free. Okay? God bless you, right? Take care. We love you guys. This is Dr. Murphy, Murphy Medical Associates, and coronatestct.com. It's coronatestct.com. Ready to get back at this battle tomorrow. Get some rest. Love you guys. Night-night.
Good morning. Good morning. It's 7:30 in the morning. Happy Wednesday to all of you. I'm here at the New Haven Green. I'm here at the New Haven Green as we get ready to set up for a day of testing. A month ago, I told everyone that we would answer the call in New Haven. We have. We have answered the call in New Haven, the city of my birth. I said we would answer this call and have multiple testing sites up and running. As of today, we have 3 locations in New Haven with 2 additional locations planned. Today we will begin testing for novel coronavirus on the New Haven Green. It's important we're on the green. The green is really a symbol of New Haven, as you can see, with very important institutions, universities, colleges, health systems. And the city has decided to partner with us, Murphy Medical Associates, to provide flexible novel coronavirus testing, treating, isolating, and tracing. Today, I want to talk about how important it is to be able to do pop-up testing in hot zones. Because testing is just the first part, right? I tell everyone, if we can't test, then we can't do the rest. But the rest is just as important too. The rest is super important. You know, what's the rest? The rest is treating, right? Our team does telemedicine treatment for people who have the novel coronavirus, or for people who don't have a primary care doctor. So we take care of them. Tracing, identifying their neighbors, the people they're in contact with that they could have infected, right? Tracing. Isolating those that are infected, keeping them from infecting other people. So that's the whole process together. The state is having some trouble getting volunteers, and I know how that is. We have 250 volunteers from the New York Medical College, which is my alma mater, where I'm a professor. And they come and they go, they come and they go. They've got all of their priorities, and we need to remember they're volunteers. They're not getting paid. So to set up a contact tracing team just with volunteers is shaky. It's tough to do. I know, we've done that. So instead, we've doubled our manpower. We're now employing twice as many people as we did on March 10th. And we'll likely do that again at the end of June. That's right, we'll likely do that again at the end of June. Now, I want to talk about contact tracing because I think the best way to contact trace is to use nurses and doctors. Yes. What? That'll be crazy expensive. Yes. Nurses, doctors, licensed social workers, people who work to create rapport with patients on a daily basis. That skill set, CNAs, healthcare workers. Healthcare workers should be doing the tracing. Yes. They know HIPAA, they know patient privacy. They're already trained. They hit the ground running. All right. And if they're doctors or PAs or nurse practitioners, they can do a telemedicine visit at that time and care for the patient too. It's just good sense. So today, as we test, treat, isolate, and trace here on the New Haven Green, I want to thank Mayor Elliker. I want to thank Director Bond. I want to thank the City of New Haven for having us. Today we're in New Haven. Today we're in Stratford. And today we are also in Bridgeport. That's right. I want to thank Mayor Ganem and Director Morrissey in Bridgeport. We'll be in Bridgeport today in the afternoon. Bridgeport today in the afternoon. Stamford, New Haven, Bridgeport, Stratford. It's a very busy day for our team. And I fail on Periscope to often commend my telemedicine team that works 7 days a week seeing patients, tracing, right? Treating, isolating, and tracing. Treating, isolating, and tracing. 3 parts of the 4-legged stool is done virtually by our command center. And so I want to thank Mariel Reed, Tyler Ferraro. I want to thank the doctors that are with us, Dr. Sheets, who is working nonstop. I want to thank everyone on our team. We've come a long way. We're in New Haven today. We're in Bridgeport today. We're in Stamford today. These are 3 major cities on I-95. We are also in Stratford today to take care of the people of Stratford, Trumbull, Milford, Shelton, Fairfield. We're here for you at Murphy Medical Associates and at our website and our team at coronatestct.com to test, treat, isolate, and trace. It's been a month, guys. It's been a month here in New Haven. The mayor and the team at the Department of Public Health, the Public Works Department, the Park Department, Kevin Cassini at the Legal Department. Shout out to you, Kev. All right, you guys have done amazing jobs. High Gauge, right? All of you. Amazing, amazing job supporting this city here in New Haven, the city of my birth. All right, I love you guys. We've got a lot of work to do. We got to set up today to test, treat, isolate, and trace on the New Haven Green. We're here today from 8 until 4. We're in Bridgeport from 1 until 5. We're in Stratford this morning, and we're in Stamford all day from 8 to 4. Thank you to Mayor Martin and his team as well. I want to thank all of these public leaders for placing your trust in Murphy Medical Associates and coronatestct.com. Have a great day, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
It says a lot about these people right here. You know, you go get tested, it's to keep you safe, and it's to keep your family safe, and it's to keep your community safe, and what that means. And Dr. Murphy, I just got to say, I've been following your travels as you go around the state. And it's important you take testing to where people are. We've had the drive-through test here at CVS for some time. That tends to be a somewhat self-selecting group that drives through. We're taking tests to where people are, making it easier for them to get tested, and what a difference that makes. And Mayor Elliker, you've also been a leader when it comes to track and trace. Your public health department is mandating for us around the state. And again, when you test positive, and you get a call, you get a text, you say, would you be willing to tell us?
It is Dr. Murphy with Murphy Medical Associates. After traveling the state today, something on the old chin. Good evening, how are you doing? It's Dr. Murphy calling to wrap up a crazy day today. Today, we were in the 3 largest cities on the coast of Connecticut. We were in our Stamford office, at our Stamford drive-thru, which is behind Stamford Hospital. Not Stamford Hospital, Stamford High School, at 55 Strawberry Hill Lane. We were also located in Bridgeport today. I was very happy with our site at Bridgeport. Mayor Ganem and Director Morrissey helped us out. We had a 2-lane drive-through testing center that was very, very busy today that went from the hours of 1 until 5 p.m. I think we'll repeat that next week too. In addition to that, we were in New Haven today on the New Haven Green, which has some pretty historical significance. And so Murphy Medical Associates and our team at coronatestct.com were honored to test Senator Richard Blumenthal and Mayor Justin Elicker. We also were able to spend some time with the governor, Governor Lamont. Governor Lamont and I have a couple of friends in common, and so I was able to have a good talk with the governor and explain what our needs are, to explain to him that we need personal protective equipment. Most of it has been steered to facilities, nursing homes, and hospitals. Now, our private practice needs PPE as well. So we asked the governor to help us with that, as well as some testing equipment. We have been setting up these point prevalence surveys in nursing homes. Hi, Linda. And so we're working on point prevalence surveys too. So next week we're going to have 2 point prevalence surveys. Plus we're going to test in a couple of assisted living facilities and some independent living communities. Because we know communal living in big apartment complexes or in facilities leads to increased risk of transmission. So we're going to pay attention to that. We're going to test it. We're going to treat, we're going to isolate, and we're going to trace. I want to thank the mayors in all of the cities we're working with. Mayor Martin in Stamford, Mayor Ganem in Bridgeport, Mayor Elicker in New Haven. Right, these mayors have been fantastic, but so have the first selectmen. You know, First Selectman Stevenson has been, there's the owl in the background, right? You're going to start to hear some wild animals back here on the porch. Right, I took you outside today so you can have some of the evening sounds. You can't smell the evening grills that are going on with all the people grilling tonight. But First Selectman Stevenson has really been ahead of the curve here. She's been pretty amazing in the town of Darien, and I know the citizens there are very, very, very lucky. The local departments of public health have been amazing, and I can't begin to thank everyone enough for helping us along in this journey as we bring testing to the community. And the trick is to take care of those who are in need of testing the most. And these are the underserved communities. These are people that live in facilities and nursing homes, assisted living facilities, independent living facilities, communal living centers. And that's where we're going to be able to flatten the curve there, right? We're going to really reduce transmission in hotspots. But I want to tell you about a big blind spot that's going on. And I see it in New York and also in Connecticut. There are aides working for agencies, they call them agency aides, that will travel between different facilities and see different patients in different facilities. It's almost as if they're a vector and no one is testing them. They're like escaping the monitoring regulations. And so I want to tell all of these agencies, I know you're worried that it's going to be a burden to test your people, but you have to test your people. For all of those agencies out there, the home health agencies, the aides that go into the nursing homes, the aides that go into the assisted living facilities, you have to test your people. They truly are vectors. They're vectors. They're moving between facilities. So they're getting exposure at multiple places. And if they're infected, they now spread it between places. And that's a problem. So today I was really honored to work with the governor and Senator Blumenthal and Mayor Elicker. This was just a very, very great day to be on the New Haven Green, right? The New Haven Green. As I said before, I was born at Grace New Haven Hospital, and yeah, it was pretty cool, Linda. It was kind of surreal, you know. We have an office in Greenwich, and I was the chief resident at Greenwich Hospital, and I lived in Greenwich for a long time, so I knew Governor Lamont's from Greenwich, and Senator Blumenthal is too. So it was a couple of Greenwich guys up on the green, and to to be there with Mayor Elliker. It was quite an honor, and Director Bond has done a great job. It was quite a long line as we tested a lot of undomiciled, which is the fancy word for those who are homeless. We tested quite a few homeless people today, and that felt really good to be able to identify their risks. Now, what you may not know about the homeless population is they may not have a phone. So how are you going to get to them with your result? Well, you tell them, we're going to give you a result in a few days. Come back to this spot and we'll tell you your results. And so our nurse Ashley is going to be back there on the green to deliver those results to the undomiciled. In addition to that, the governor and I talked about how proud I was of him enabling undocumented residents in the state of Connecticut to be eligible for Medicaid and Husky. That was a big deal. And so now we can enroll them, and so they don't have to live in the shadows. I know. I wanted to talk to you about that, Linda, but we'll do that offline. I'll send you a text or whatever. We were having some difficulty there. But that being said, Hartford Healthcare has really locked down that county. They've done a good job. And there haven't been private practices answering the call the way that we have in New Haven and Fairfield County. I don't know why. It's just we haven't seen a lot of that. I know that there's an urgent care center like JD Sedana here in our two counties that runs the docs service, but you can't really scale testing that way in an urgent care center. You have to change your paradigm. You can't think about caring for people in a facility, in an office. It just doesn't scale for the public health need. It doesn't, which is why we ended up with drive-through and walk-through testing centers outside in the community, bringing the testing to the community rather than forcing the community to come into your castle, right? That's one of the problems that happened in a lot of health systems is they all retreated back to the castle, which is good when they're under attack, and that means when there are a lot of sick people. And it's important that they focus on that. And I know they, especially their lab reagents. I know Stanford Hospital at one time for their Cepheid machine had said, we only have 700 test kits. So that meant they could only test 700 patients in the hospital. And so they reserved those test kits rather than use them on the municipal workers in the city of Stanford. And so we need to be able to improve those sorts of things. So overall, Dr. Murphy has said today, Wednesday, was an A+. Great day. It's a great day for the state. It was a great day for the city of New Haven. And it was a great day for Murphy Medical Associates. So I want to thank the senator, the governor, and the mayor for helping me today. I also want to thank Mayor Ganem as we debuted our site in Bridgeport. Right? We debuted our site in Bridgeport, so that was a very, very good day too. So we have a new site in Bridgeport. We're now in Greenwich, Stamford, Darien, Stratford, Bridgeport, New Haven. And before, we were originally in Westport too and New Canaan. In addition to the state of Connecticut, we're also in New York. We are in Bedford Hills in Westchester County. And actually, don't tell anyone else, but we are working with the 5 boroughs. And so we may make an entry into New York City. It all depends on what they need and what they want. We have physicians that are from the area, and they want to help set up some centers there. So we're going to work on that. Well, the sun is going down. It's time to get some rest. I want to thank everyone that tuned in. Let you guys know we love you. We're here for you. It's Murphy Medical Associates. This is Dr. Murphy. I'm going to sign off and get some sleep. Hope everyone else does too. It was a busy Wednesday. All right. Thank you guys so much. Month's almost over. Get some rest. Talk to you soon. Good evening. Good evening. I wanted to touch in with everyone, touch base, and make sure everything is good. I wanted to thank everyone. It's been quite a crazy week. I promise I'm going to make it crystal clear. I'm not on here to get political. I'm not here to get political. So I'm not going to comment on anything political. But I am going to say the following. We are all human. We all deserve respect. And we all deserve to be cared for, right? Someone, mommy, daddy, whoever, someone should love and care for each human being that exists out there. We all deserve love. We all deserve love. So it's very important that we think that way when we interact with one another. We should say, maybe this person is not getting love, and we should try and feel love for mankind. That's one of the reasons that I went out and brought my team to test, treat, isolate, and trace, to give love to mankind, to care for those neighbors around us, to be a good neighbor, to make sure that we didn't spread coronavirus, because we want people to live, because everyone deserves to live, right? Life deserves to be preserved until that person's ready to go. And most of these people are not ready to go. Most of these people that died of novel coronavirus were not ready to go. And so we were there to protect our fellow man because of our love for fellow men. Women too, right? They're all fellow humans, right? We call it fellow humans for mankind, or womankind, or humankind. Whatever you want to call it, I'm not big on that, whatever. I don't want to step on any toes. Just know that we love all and we serve all, right? That's the way it is at Murphy Medical Associates. So I want to ask everyone that is protesting, I want to beg them, wear a mask. Screaming spreads the virus, and there are some subtle indications that this thing could be airborne. Please wear masks. Please be safe. We don't want you getting sick and making the ultimate sacrifice, protesting unnecessary death, right? The irony in having unnecessary death because of protesting for unnecessary death is too much to bear. Okay, so if you're going to protest, please wear a mask. If you're going to scream, wear a good mask, right? Wear a good mask and be mindful of the other people screaming around you, because we know that screaming spreads the virus just like singing does, especially if you're indoors with poor ventilation. Especially if you're indoors with poor ventilation. Please, I beg you, if you're going to protest, be safe. Okay? Next, onward and upward, right? Onward and upward. This week, we've got some hullabaloo about Plaquenil, hydroxychloroquine. We used it. I used it on patients, and I think it helped them. As more evidence comes out there, maybe just having the medical care we gave them helped them. I won't know. But we're going to continue to monitor with telemedicine. I've got a couple of people that are still suffering, About 10% of people, this lasts 6 to 8 weeks in them. They need multiple rounds of blood work and multiple evaluations. For some people, they don't need all of that. But what we're finding is there are some biomarkers that indicate you're going to have a worse outcome. These include LDH, right? These include LDH, high sensitivity CRP, and low white counts. So these are part of the blood work that we do when we do antibody testing or when we do regular COVID positive testing, right? We get panels on patients to make sure they're okay, to make sure they didn't have any damage, and to make sure they won't have worse outcomes. So we try and track all of those things, right? In addition, we look for problems. We look for clots, we look for kidney problems, we look for heart problems. And that's what we're going to continue to do. I want you all to have a great weekend. I want you to get outside, get some sun, stay hydrated. We open our New Haven weekend site at Lincoln Bassett this Saturday. We open our New Haven weekend site at Lincoln Bassett on Saturday. Okay, so if you're there on Saturday morning, 9 o'clock, we'll see you there. right? We're also in Bedford, and we're also in Stamford to test, treat, isolate, and trace. Again, I want to thank the governor, Governor Ned Lamont. I want to thank Senator Richard Blumenthal. And I want to thank probably one of the most essential mayors that I know. That's Mayor Justin Elicker. Justin, you are a pleasure to work with. You are smart, you are diligent, and you've got a big heart. You are going to lead New Haven well. You already are, because you care. And the secret in patient care and the secret in city care are the same. Love your patients, care for your patients, and care for your citizens. Every day I see that. The team of people you have with Director Bond, Director Vasquez, all of them, the Board of Ed, everyone. Your team is fantastic, right? That's you too, Kev. You're fantastic, right? Becky too. I'll put all the team together. I don't mention all of you, but you're great. I'm so proud of working with the New Haven team. That city that's doing a great job. I want to thank First Selectman Stevenson and Darien, Mayor Martin and Ted Jankowski, Laura Berwick, and Director Calder over in Stamford, also doing a great job. Also our new partners with Director Morrissey, right? Mayor Ganem in Bridgeport, and now our discussions with Mayor Roach in White Plains. So we're very excited to be growing and caring for our fellow tri-staters, right? Our fellow citizens, our fellow man or woman or zebra or Z or him or she, or it doesn't matter. Mankind, all of us, right? We need to care for each other. We need to love each other. We need to show that true love of mankind. Can we all, right? Can we all just get along? Can we all just give each other a little love? Because we all deserve it. This is Dr. Murphy with Murphy Medical Associates, imploring you all to love one another right now. Dr. Murphy, Murphy Medical Associates, coronatestct.com. That's coronatestct.com, telling you all that I love you, I care for you, and we are here for you. Have a great weekend.
Well, because of the PPE, right? And then I'll nudge your ear about that. We're begging.